Hi, professors. I am Zhuotong.
And I'm Yuyan.
Welcome to our presentation of the final project. The two basic parts of our project is a graphical user interface and online gaming. Our project mainly focuses on 5 aspects. Firstly, I'll give an introduction for the whole project. Then, we'll watch the demo of our system. After that, we shall discuss how do we build the GUI, based on which we also realize function online gaming. At last, we will discuss the possible improvement we can do in the future. Our project is based on the original chat system. We make it more applicable and build 3 main interfaces: online chatting, sonnets, and more functions. The more function interface contains 2 games, Gluttonous Snake and Minesweeper, and also contain 2 turtle graphics, Rose and Christmas Tree. As for our motivation, we want to enhance the security of chat information without secure messaging, which is not that applicable in daily chatting. We add the function of registration and login so that each user can have their own username, account, and password. In this way, people cannot to see other users' chat history without logging in. Also, we develop a function to change the color of chat messages and sonnet to give users a more personalized chat experience. When the other person doesn't reply to the message, users can play games or watch turtle graphics in the more function interface to kill the time. It enables users to have other entertainment, which can make the process of waiting for the reply less boring, making the system more complete. And then, please watch our demo, showing what our app looks like and how it works.
The third part is the graphical user interface GUI. We mainly wrote 5 interfaces, including the login interface, sign-up interface, initial interface, online chatting interface, sonnet interface, and more function interface. We will introduce them one by one. Firstly, we would like to bring you in with the login page in the file login.py. For this part, we define class login page to create a login interface. we set up 3 buttons representing 3 functions. The user input the correct account and password to log in and use quit to leave the whole client system. In the code, we get the variable patty as the length of the blank space. Before actually log into the system, we need to first set up an account. Then we come to the sign up page in the register file. For this part, we define class Regi. For the page, we set up 3 variables to arrange the positions. Respectively, the user needs to set up the preferred name, an account, and the password. To realize this, we import the package tkinter as tk, and we use the method ttkentry to set up the username, account, and password, then record it in different variables. Without restriction, many errors might occur from the sign-up page, so we use certain functions to make it more realistic. For example, by creating the alpha list, we could assure that account would not contain strange characters. Also, we set the length of the accounts and passwords to be 8 to 18. If those requirements are not satisfied, we use message box imported from tkinter to raise a warning message. Moreover, by the function checkUser defined in this class before, we could check whether there is the same account name existing already. With function Easter, we could also check whether the password and the confirmation are the same. If so, a warning message will be raised too. Then, after the user finishes the registration, he could log into our chat system. The system could identify whether the user input the correct account and password, and give reactions respectively. As soon as we log into it, we come to our initial interface. This interface is belong to the class called ChatPage. There are 3 functions in this page: find the online client, set up the current state, and start a group chat with other online clients. To be specific, we use TTK label to describe the function of the button below it, like find the online client, set up current state, and start a group chat. As for the button below them, their command is to relate the function we defined before. Like the button find is related to the function self-find-online. The button setup is related to the function self-setLine, and the button start is related to the function self-add-user-chat. After successfully connecting with other clients, we will jump to another interface, online chatting interface, which is also belongs to the class ChatPage. There are many functions in this interface, and this slide shows 3 of them: chat with others, search for chat history, and disconnect with the server. The first and third function is similar to what we done in a chat system. We can send and receive messages from people in one chat group, and when one client's state changed to offline, he will receive a notification from the system, and others will receive the message, "Your friend is offline." As for GUI, the TK label here acquire label 1, a string with variable, describe who a client is chatting with, and shows it on the top of the interface with green color. Also, the TTK button search creates a button which is related to the function self-find-chat-记录to search for chat history and stored in every user's respective TXT. Then we use TK text to create a box showing messages called text1. We can see the messages we send, the messages from other clients and system here. To make a user scroll down the interface conveniently, we use TK scroll bar to create a scroll bar on the right side. There are other 3 functions I'm going to explain in this slide. There are changing the color of the messages, clear the received box, clear the input box. I will focus on explaining how to change the color. We first create a color list, including 5 colors: red, green, blue, black, and yellow. Then we use TTK combo box to set values in a color list for the client to choose. and relate to the variable self-color-set to set new colors. If a new color is applied successfully, we use TK-label to show a message on the interface. The buttons like Send, Clear Received, Clear the Input Box, and the Input Box are set using the similar way as explained before. If we click on the second tag on the top of the interface, comes to the second main interface, the Sonnet interface. It belongs to the class Sonnet Page. We applied the code we wrote in the chat system to search for Sonnet by entering integers. And we improved it a little bit, that we can enter the keyword to get the verses containing it, which is shown on the left. The button and box setting and the way of changing message color are similar to the online chatting interface. Moreover, to deal with a possible error, we defined a function called check-send to deal with two types of error, when the client didn't enter anything and when the keyword is not found. This can make a GUI more complete. Our function interface is the last interface that belongs to the class AboutPage. It contains three functions: showing time, entertainment, and turtle graphic. As for the showing time function, we import the package datetime and the function in it to get the accurate time for our system. To implement the games and the turtle graphic, we import the package threading and use threading thread to open multiple threads. The entertainment contains two online games, The Gluttonous Snake and Minesweeping.
We organize the coordinate system through an iteration. Then we import random to create random numbers as the coordinates of the mines. To make it work properly with the GUI, we also import methods from tkinder. After that, we define a function, open, to deal with the situations when the user clicks mouse left. When the user clicks one of the 81 buttons with mouse left, the system shall judge whether it has been clicked or not. If not, and there exists a mine, it will show all mines, and the user loses the game. If it isn't a mine, the system will check the position of all mines to see how many mines are there around the click button. If there is at least a mine around, the system will calculate and display the number of mines around the button. However, if no mine is detected around, the system would extend it in all directions until a mine is detected. The function make is to set different states for the unclicked button. It includes empty, marked, and not sure. The user can change the state by click on the mouse right. The Gluttonous Snake is generally an easy game. We did not even use a class for it. We import the package Pygame and use it to initialize the color, font, and design the interface. We also initialize the default position for the snake and the default position for food, and also the default direction, right. After all this, we read from the keyboard for the button W, A, S, D, and also up, down, left, right. We convert them into direction orders for our snake, and use several if statements to check whether the snake shall turn. If a snake eats a piece of food, it gets longer and gets a higher point. Then, we use random to generate a new piece of food in a new position. Lastly, if the snake died because of hitting itself or the boundaries, we use the game over function to end the game. Then, we can move on to the last part, improvement. Although our chat system works properly and improves the former one a lot in general, there is space for further improvement. First, the passwords are directly displayed instead of encrypted using asterisks. Also, the interfaces are not beautiful enough and can be better designed using other higher-level tools. The two Pygames are far from perfect and are only setted with the most fundamental function. we can also add more interesting and complex games in the future. Lastly, the turtle graphic works too slow. It will take the user too much time to complete watching it. Reviewing the process of doing final project, although we paid much effort in developing our system, we gained and we also improved, especially about the mechanism of T-Kinder and Pygame. Also, the joy of success makes our effort worthwhile. Thus, I want to thank all professors and learning assistants who helped us become a better programmer during such process. Thank you all for listening.